Hello, my name is Nick Grimshaw from Beautiful Summer Morning, and welcome. Today we're exploring why gratitude opens the door to mindfulness. Gratitude is the portal through which you reach for mindfulness. And gratitude isn't just about thanks, it's a lot more than that. It's opening us up to live more fully in the present. Now, in this video, you'll learn why autopilot keeps you stuck and how gratitude breaks that cycle, and the science and wisdom behind the use of gratitude to bring you into a state of presence. Autopilot is a thief. It steals from us. It steals our joy. Because we live our days on autopilot, and it's so easy to slip into living your life on autopilot. You do these things every day. You have a routine that you do. It becomes your habit. It becomes your day-to-day. And before you know it, you're living in autopilot. That isn't to say that all things are bad about autopilot. For example, learning how to operate a piece of machinery or learning to drive a car. Once you've learned to drive a car, then you can go through the routine of driving that car without really thinking about it, and you become one with that machine. And that's fine. But if you've ever driven for miles and ended up somewhere where you were intending to go, but you couldn't remember how you got there, that's living on autopilot. What gratitude does is break through that cycle. So if you're feeling stuck, feeling like nothing is changing, feeling like you're not making any progress, then this is the moment to step into gratitude, to start looking around you and start appreciating what is already in your life. This is not about dreaming about what you could have, not thinking about, oh, how wonderful your life was back there when you had everything that you needed and all of that sort of thing. What it is what is in your current purview that you can appreciate, that you can feel grateful for. And I use my desk that I'm using to do this video as an example that somebody could come in here and see my desk and go, that's your desk, right? But I think it's the most wonderful thing in the world, because I've had this now for 7 or 8 years in Panama. It's easy to move. The top comes off and the metal structure underneath just folds down flat. It's so easy to transport. It's so easy to move from place to place. I love it. It's very simple. It's not fancy. It's not mahogany or anything like that. But really, it serves its purpose so well that I love this desk. And I am so grateful that I bought it, and it cost me $50 at the most. That's gratitude. And when you start getting into gratitude for all the things around you, the car you may once have looked at as old and run down, and you start working in gratitude and you appreciate the fact that it's completely paid off and it's not costing you any money and it's easy on gas and all those other things about it. And so now you're coming out of this blah, 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 sort of every day is the same kind of thing, and you're getting sparked. I want to talk about my boquete a moment as probably the prime example of how, for me, how gratitude pushes you, just blows you into mindfulness. Because really, that's what happened to me. Boquete is this beautiful small village up in the mountains in Panama. There is a walk up there that goes up one side of the mountain up to a plateau. And you walk along the plateau on this beautiful, windy, curvy road, and then you come down the mountain on the other side back down to the village of Boquete. It's about a 10-kilometer walk. And meanwhile, the first part of the walk is the toughest because you're going up. But once you hit that plateau, you're on this most amazing windy road through the tropical plants and all the scenery and the mountains all around you. And I was walking this one day and I started to feel how absolutely grateful I was to have found this, to have gotten to Panama, to have taken the course that helped me get there, for thanking my whole life to bring me to this moment of this stunning beauty, and how thankful to the universe that it was presenting this to me right now in this moment. And as I felt that, I could feel that upwelling of bliss. And quite literally, I began to get tears in my eyes. And everything became so vivid and sharp and incredibly colorful and beautiful. And I felt that I touched the heart of divine spirit in that moment. And I was so aware of everything. And there literally was no past in my life. And there was no future. It was all right there, then and now. And I started to laugh joyously at everything and everywhere I looked, and everything I looked at was beautiful. And I had all these epiphanies going off in my mind. Now that might be an extreme example of gratitude pushing you into mindfulness, but that's what gratitude does. It gets you into that sense when you start noticing everything that's around you, and you are present here in the now. Past and future disappear. All those things that niggle at your mind from the past and the future are gone. You literally are in bliss. And that's what being in the present moment is. And we've all felt those moments when we've come into presence and went, oh, and quite startled, because in that moment there is no autopilot. It's gone. So that was one of my experiences. Now this happens to me quite frequently now as I walk around, and I am just so grateful to have this experience. Even if it's like a horribly rainy day or something, it's like, wow. And that's what the practice of gratitude is going to do to help you come into a sense of mindfulness and to live more present in your life. And there is science behind it. And it confirms ancient wisdom, what the mystics knew thousands of years ago, and were teaching thousands of years ago. And science now knows that gratitude lights up a section of your brain that is your reward center. And so you're being rewarded for being in gratitude by an expansion of your awareness. And this brings you into the present moment. And thus we are primed for mindfulness. And there's the thing about expanding your window of time that includes more than just the moment. You expand your awareness. And it is really a mystical experience in a way. But even as you move through that sense of gratitude and you slip into mindfulness, you are bringing a new, vibrant aliveness to your experience. Also, experiments have shown that 3 weeks of journaling about gratitude literally rewires your brain. And at our website, we have a lot of examples of how to do that and use that to rewire your brain. Wisdom echoes science, and they both teach us that gratitude, joy, and presence. This is the shift that goes on. And this is right about what I teach, because you can't really get into gratitude unless you have a positive mindset or you're working on becoming a more positive person. Because as you shift from negative to positives, you change the way you look at things. And now you can appreciate things that you didn't appreciate before. And this brings a whole new way of looking at your life. And as you do this, your gratitude now begins to shift you into mindfulness. And when you get into that state of mindfulness, you are ready to move into that deeper space of meditation, where you are able to sink more deeply into being. So remember, gratitude is so important. And it's important because it's the doorway or the portal that lifts you into mindfulness, into this incredible present moment where all life is taking place. It doesn't take place in the past or in the future. It takes place right here. If you're on autopilot, you're missing the presence of the moment. And while autopilot is a strong presence in our life, gratitude is stronger. Remember that. And in the show notes, in the workbook, we have journaling prompts to help you work through this idea of gratitude into presence. If you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you have, please at least give us a like. Give us a comment. Comments really help us reach out to a larger audience. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, because then you'll know when we do another one of these videos. And we usually do them in like chunks. So we're working on mindfulness right now. And then subscribe, share so that we can reach out to more people and encourage more people to encounter that sense of joy that comes with mindfulness. And my goodness, in the world we're living in right now, we need that inspiration and presence more than we've ever needed it before. So please help spread the word. And this is Nick Grimshaw, and this has been a beautiful summer morning video presentation. Have an awesome day. Dream big, live inspired.